Hi everyone. Today I'd like to talk with you about what hypnosis is and what you can expect from a hypnosis experience. Before I do that though, I want to share with you my personal journey about how I came across hypnosis. So I went to Liberty University. I studied psychology and Christianity and how to incorporate that. And it was time for me to collect the 3,000 hours that I needed for my internship. And I began work with Dr. Marty Lerman. And he happened to also be a clinical hypnotist. And what was interesting was my upbringing. Basically, if it wasn't God, it was the devil. Just to say it the way that it was, quite frankly, and the way that I grew up. And so I was a little bit skeptical at first when I met Dr. Lerman. I really didn't understand hypnosis. And so it really took me some time to really think through that to make sure that this might be something that I was interested in learning. So I prayed about it. And I spent a lot of time thinking about it, researching it, praying about it. And I asked God, I said, Lord, if this is not the right opportunity, if this is not of your will, just close that door and don't let me learn this if it's not of your will. That door remained open. And through that journey, through the different doors that were opening during this whole experience for me, I was really able to observe Dr. Lerman do some incredible rapid work with people, leveraging his knowledge in hypnosis. And so with that being said, it sparked my curiosity because it was something that was very effective. It was a different technique that is something that you can use with people who maybe they experience their lives with their senses more than they can verbalize their life. Or maybe they're just experiencing something that's so traumatic and so embedded in their brain that cognitively you can't reach that information, or at least have a different message that's in the part of their resource as a memory. So long story short, hypnosis really turned out to be something that I learned that was safe, that was effective, that was quick. And it's just truly a great technique that helps a lot of folks at various levels, different mental health disorders that they may have. So what is hypnosis? And hypnosis is basically a deep state of relaxation. The clinician is going to ask you to take a few deep breaths to get in a comfortable position. They're going to offer some suggestions to help to relax your body. And then once the clinician notices that you're in the deep state of relaxation, that's when the work begins. And all they're doing is suggesting things, images that your mind can control and create in your mind in the deep state of relaxation. That's all healthy, positive images and thoughts and ideas. Because what happens is when the brain is in a sleepy state, anything that's suggested to your brain during that state, the brain sees it as a real event. So how many of you have ever had a nightmare or a really bad dream, and the next morning you woke up and you just swore that it was real and you just couldn't shake it? Well, your brain was in a sleepy state. And so obviously it had some images going on in that sleepy state that it thought was real. So some people also ask the question, well, what is a hypnotic trance? How do you even know if you're going into trance? And the funny thing is that we experience trance-like states all the time. If you've ever been driving down the road and you suddenly realize that you've been driving and you've finally reached your destination, but how in the world you got there because you were totally daydreaming, you were in a trance. If you've ever watched a movie and maybe it was a sad movie or maybe it was a horror movie and you just noticed that either you were crying because the characters made you all emotional, or maybe you were jumping out of your seat because it was a horror film, that experience is a trance. So anytime that your body is actually in a situation or your mind is in a situation that isn't really happening in that moment, and your mind is wandering off and you're having images or experiences that aren't really what's happening within your reality, it's a trance-like state. So anyways, trance is perfectly safe. There's nothing that the clinician is going to do, at least the good clinicians, that are going to do to harm you. The stage hypnotists are there for entertainment purposes only. The clinical side of hypnosis is totally different. I have had a lot of experience working with hypnosis from anywhere from the ages of 6 to upwards in the adulthood. And hypnosis is not something that I use with everyone, but it is something that I'll use when there's a situation where this person just really needs a deep state of relaxation, or there's other benefits that person could have with having a hypnotic experience. And it's just a conversation that we have, whether they want to have that experience or not. If not, it's fine. If so, then great. We try it and we see if it works for them. But at the end of the day, the whole purpose of this conversation today is just to share with you a little bit of what my understanding of hypnosis is, how I use it with my patients. I've seen some incredible benefits from it. And I would just highly encourage you to consider thinking about hypnosis as a treatment modality for yourself. And I would also recommend that at some point you listen to my YouTube channel, and you can have an opportunity to just listen to some of the examples that I've provided on YouTube. Granted, the sessions are much better when they're in person or over the telehealth video services that we have. But at the end of the day, hypnosis is an incredible thing. It's a great technique. And I just hope that this video provides you a little bit more information. My light keeps going out. A little bit more information to help you feel better about hypnosis, what it is, what it isn't, and the fact that I'm a Christian and I leverage hypnosis because I know that God would not have allowed this door to open for me if it wasn't within His will. And again, I just ask you to trust the process. And if you ever have any questions, you can reach out to me anytime you want. So it's good to talk to you again. And please email me if you have any questions about hypnosis specifically at shannon@lifespringhouston.com, or you can give us a call at 832-543-3002. And I'd love to sit down with you and just kind of chat with you about what hypnosis is, what you can expect, and if you would be a good candidate for it. All right, guys, take care.